We are live now. Good afternoon, all. I welcome you all back. Our next session will be presented by Mr. Vikram Singh, founder and CEO of Tech Eagle. He has won several national and international laurels in aviation, including NASA Award. He founded Tech Eagle in the hostel garage of IIT Kanpur with a vision to solve last and mid-mile logistic problems with indigenous deep tech drones and AI. He understands the pain points and gaps in the super slow and expensive logistics in rural and remote parts of the world. So today he'll be discussing on the topic deep tech that will transform the reverse logistics. It is a pleasure to have you here today, Mr. Vikram. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much for having me here. And thanks to Recommerce as well for organizing such a wonderful conference. Uh, just to start with a very brief about what we do before I dive into the deep tech that can transfer and that is already transforming the reverse logistics. The Tech Eagle is a drone logistics airline where from designing an aircraft to manufacturing and deployment happens in-house. We have been in this space for last 8 to 9 years, and now we are driving and being a front runner in this drone segment. We have already delivered vaccines in an entire cold chain environment from point A to point B via drones in Telangana, in Northeast, and now doing in the central India as well. Now, if I start with the reverse logistics, which everybody understands here, at least in this conference, that the item movement from the point of the consumption to the point of the origin, and this entire reverse logistics market is worth 635 billion US dollars in 2020 it was, and in next 7 to 8 years it is expected to grow to approximately $1 trillion total market. What are the, you can say, pain points, and why the reverse logistics is the need of the hour, or it is already there? It is started in late 1800 or 18th century, and then later on, now every company which is dealing in the D2C or commerce, they have a reverse logistics to first compete with their competitors and give a better experience. Why do we need this? Is that there are non-performance products, there are products which needs to be exchanged, then there are business models which are running on the rentals. So there are short term, long term rentals that needs to travel back to the origin, or at least to the warehouse. Then there are product repairs, product refilling. Then there are containers and the packages which we use in transporting goods. Those are reusable. That needs to be transported back to the origin. Then there are unsold goods at the distributor houses or at the retail houses. And the last but not the least is the recycling. At the end of the product life cycle, the product needs to recycle as per the law, as per the let's say the environment consciousness. So because of all those reasons, the reverse logistics is very very crucial subject in any business which is dealing with the commerce or forward logistics basically. When we talk about the technologies which can actually improve the entire reverse logistics, or so to say transform it, are you can say the automatic data capture, cloud computing, predictive analytics and big data, blockchain, and the drones. I'll deep dive into a little detail basically in each and every of these technologies, and how it is being used. Up to, let's say, 10 to 30% companies are already using all these, or maybe some of these technologies, and how everyone can use these and make the overall life cycle or the supply chain and the reverse logistics very very efficient. So when we talk about the automatic data capture, what do we mean by that, and what are the problems that can be solved with this particular technology? So today in the era of internet, if we are let's say asking, or we are using the inputs from the consumers, it if we are using barcodes, RFID tags, this will actually lead down to the cost which is very very huge today. But if let's say we are using the automatic data capture, a person who is handling that package will need not to open that package. Identification of that item is already done by the consumer if the data capturing is already happening. Logging the reason why it got returned is already logged by the customer if that is used. Amazon, Flipkart, and the big companies in this area are already using this particular technology. And when the package reached that particular stage in the reverse logistics, where it needs to go is already decided, and that entire time of that particular employee which is working there is saved just by scanning that barcode or RFID tags. And it is mostly used in the logistic industry, but still a lot of companies are doing that by manual labor that needs to be removed. So that is the one thing which needs to be scaled, and in the cloud time it is already very very cheaper. The next thing which is very very important is the cloud computing. When we talk about the cloud computing, it means doing everything online, storing everything online. So when we are storage of the data, point of the origin to the time where the item reaches the customer, and in the reverse logistics also, when the item starts from the point of consumption back to the origin, the entire data is online. So accessing that data is very very easy at any point of time for the customer services, for the customer itself, for the manufacturer, for the inventory management, and then editing that particular data based on the requirement and further utilizing in different further analytics and applications is far easier. So getting that entire piece all together on cloud is very very important, and it's been done for 30 to 40% companies already, but that is again a very crucial bit which is already happening and should be converted up to let's say 90 to 100% for all these companies. Further, that the same data can be shared to the partners, the third party companies who are working with that particular company, or the product company, the after service or the repair company, and the consumer as well. So live sharing and the collaboration with that data makes the entire process seamless and time efficient. And that's where we are able to save the cost, that's where we are able to save the time, and biggest of all is the very very good experience for customers. And that's what everybody is seeking for, in today's world. When we talk about the another, let's say, the part of the technology is the big data, which is again based on the cloud. So if you are already having everything on the cloud, running a predictive analytics, that how many and what kind of back reverse logistics will happen in let's say next few weeks or few days and few months is already predicted. What kind of the flow is happening in the forward and then the reverse logistics, and how prepared we need to be. And there are data for 365 days available once we go through that 1 year cycle of the our business. And then we can chalk out the plan for specific seasonal effects also. A lot of seasonal effects are there nowadays, big billion days and all these, they break down the entire logistics. And just after this festival, the reverse logistics is also hit badly, and a lot of companies who are dealing in the logistics working with us also facing this issue, and they need to solve it. And ultimately it's a very very price sensitive. So ultimately we need to cut down the cost, we need to give a better experience, and then we need to do it timely, and we need to improve on the time also, so we can be ahead than our competitors. If I emphasize on the next thing, which is a ledger, digital ledger of blockchain. Blockchain is the technology which is a very very, let's say, the new and coming up also. A lot of new applications are being developed on the platform of the blockchain. When the ledger is created with the blockchain, the digital distribution, the technologies which we spoke, which we learned in the past slides, that is again is the background for creating a blockchain ledger, digital distribution of that ledger. But the most important thing is that non-tampering. So when the tampering happens, a lot of misinformation flows back into the system, and because of that, a lot of customer problems are not being solved, or manufacturing problems are not being solved. So It is tamper proof. Nobody can tamper with the blockchain ledger. And then there are transparent records for an organization at a smaller scale. It is easy to manage with the enough manpower or micromanagement also. That is what a lot of companies do. But with the blockchain, the transparent records will be maintained, and a big large organization can be run smoothly. And then obviously when we are cutting down on the manual labor, that labor can focus on their actual work, and that's where we can bring the efficiency into the system. When we talk about the next bit, and where the tech eagle is also working, is the future which is already here. And I'll talk about the drone logistics or drone delivery in a little detailed way, because it will actually transform the entire reverse logistics along with the technologies which we have seen in the last slides as well. So when we say the drone delivery, it is a fascination, it is a need of the hour, and it is legal, and it is now allowed as well. So back in 2014, when we started, the drones were banned in India, especially if we talk about. In 2015, we started developing the logistics drones, which can deliver for forward logistics as well as the reverse logistics. When we talk about the picking up an item or delivering an item, what happens today, even with the big companies like Amazon, Flipkart, and Myntra and all, they deliver the item separately. They pick up the item separately. They deliver the item maybe in couple of days in big cities or metro cities. They take, even today, 7 to 8 days or even more than that in some geographies to deliver that item. And in reverse logistics, while picking that item, they might take more than a few weeks also sometimes, but at least a week they take in the rural, semi urban, or where the 60% of the India lives, in those areas. And that's the next bit where the entire commerce, or you can say e-commerce, is going. So the drone delivery, we started developing in 2015. In 2018, when we pushed a lot, the government released the regulations, basically, that how companies, how individuals can use these drones to various applications, be it photography, be it surveillance, inspection, survey, land, mining, your agriculture, and then the logistics as well. In 2018 to 2020, it was all into the implementation. But again, what happened, that that was a very cumbersome process to implement, very hard to implement. Those are the kind of the regulations were there. Then after pushing a lot, the government came up with the license raj kind of the regulations in March this year. And that was again very hard to implement, very hard to scale. And that's where one of the very historic moment, when the government, like BJP government, or the current government, repealed the laws and brought the new rules which were completely liberalized now. And that's where we are saying that the future is already here. And the drone delivery, how it will work, I'll come to that also. But whether you can use it today or not, that is the question I'm trying to answer first. So at least everybody has that perception that yes, this is the available technology and this is usable today in the legal framework, in the allowable framework, basically. So the Jones, then after the drone rules 2021 released in August, this 26th of August this year, after that, the airspace, because the drones will fly in the air, they'll fly from point A to point B directly. There is no traffic, and there is no, let's say, hampering with the bad road conditions, especially in the, again, rural areas, some suburban areas, and we can say the tier 3 and beyond. When we particularly talk about the time travel, the distance, and the on demand, that's where the air corridors and airspace, entire airspace, is now segregated in green zone, yellow zone, and red zones. So green zone means you can fly your aircrafts or drones for whatever purpose, up to 400 feet. And in yellow zones, it can be flown near the airports. That's where the airport comes in. So in the perimeter of 8 to 12 kilometer of the airport, you can fly up to 200 feet without any additional approvals. And then comes the unmanned traffic management, like an ATC manage the entire traffic. So up to 1000 feet the drones can be flown with integration of the manned aviation, but with the UTM requirement, where the live tracking, live monitoring is happening of these drone. Now at Tech Eagle, how we are transforming the entire logistics along with the reverse logistics also. That the when aircraft today, as a manned aircraft, takes off and lands on a big runway, they need a big infrastructure to set up. So we came up with the hybrid or a fusion of the helicopter and the fixed wing aircrafts, which can take off and land practically from a very small area of, let's say, 5 meter to 10 meter by 10-meter area, reaches a height of operation or a flight, and then converts automatically to the fixed wing to cover larger distance. So the today our aircrafts can travel not up to 5-10 kilometers but up to 100 kilometers. And there it doesn't drop a package, so there is no let's say the problem of breakage of that particular item. There is no problem of putting that item to in wrong hands. And that point A and point B are controlled completely by us. And then that particular at a point B, when I'm doing the forward logistics, while coming back, I'm bringing the items. So in the same flight, the forward and the reverse logistics is integrated, and that's where we are saving a lot of time and you can say cost. When we talk about the drone as a equipment, how safe it is, a lot of questions comes in that if somebody takes the control of the drone, so the drones are completely secured from the network or from the communication perspective. Somebody comes and says that a lot of time this kind of a question comes in, somebody in India can steal the drone along with the item itself. And that's not the case when even helicopters flies at a very very low height. Nobody can steal a helicopter flying at that such a high speed, right? And the hub and spoke, so when we talk about the deliveries today from origin of the manufacturer to the customer, it might not be let's say the doable thing, but hub and spoke model is what technical is creating with the end-to-end solution. So there will be a network of drones flying from central hubs to the distributed let's say the spokes and the landing zones. And while coming back, the aircraft again can take off from the same area and then travels back the same distance and brings that particular item. So now companies can actually enable on demand auto delivery and auto pickup. So stations, they can just drop that item to the station, and then the drone will automatically pick up that. Again, the RFID and again the item identification will be used from the RGB, from the RFID, and from the sensor technology which we have developed in house. Now, the 30-minute delivery, the Amazon and a lot of companies are now starting promising outside India, but the same thing can be done in India as well. So from right from 7-8 days it can brought down to 1 day delivery. And then within the urban environment it can brought down to 30-minute or 1 hour delivery. So customer experience and customer has a luxury to choose at any point of time. So I mean, this Amazon and Flipkart and online ordering basically changed the how we think and how we order basically. Earlier we used to plan and then do everything, but nowadays even booking a flight, booking a train, or ordering an item happens real time basically. So whenever I need it, I want that to be delivered within the same day or in few hours in case of the hyper local. And the same thing can be achieved with the drones. And then there is a very big gap because there is a different kind of a supply and demand in rural areas, while the big e-commerce players are also not able to tap into that because of that supply and demand thing. But the bridge will be the drones, which can take 50 kg payload, which can take 100 kg cargo or a 1 ton 2 ton cargo and travel up to 200-kilometer distance. And that's why we're building a Tech Eagle. And the drones which we are building, and if you even can see on the screen, these are the drones which can operate 24/7. So it's not that the drone will be, or a person will deliver between 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. in those hubs. which are automated. It can go and drop that item, and as at the ease of the customer, they can actually take that item or put that item back. So this is how actually the drones will revolutionize. When we talk about the drone delivery, it comes the I mean automatically into our mind that what is the unit economics, whether it will be cost effective, whether it will be too costly a business. The drone at a full scale operation will be able to beat the ground logistics of electric vehicles. All these drones which we are flying are with the zero direct carbon footprint. These are completely electric, and these drones will cost lesser than the ground logistics for given the parcels. Now how it will be implemented into the regular business stream is that first starting with the crucial cargo, crucial logistics, and crucial reverse logistics. And especially when a drone is going to deliver that item to that particular hub, it can bring all those items and need not to go to the distributor, then warehouse, then the manufacturer or the origin. It can directly go wherever it is needed based on the right data capturing, right data collecting. That RFID and the barcode will tell the drone where it needs to go, and that's where the deep take of the blockchain AI along with the your cloud computing, data capturing, and data analytics will come as a bundle. It's not that all these technologies will work independently, but all these technologies which enable each other to run efficient reverse logistics and the forward logistics basically. So with this particular thing, I'll be opening this to question and answer to interact with people, so at least we can have a more brainstorming session. People can understand how they can today leverage these technologies to enhance maybe their reverse logistics or forward logistics, and then so we'll be open to take questions. Thank you. Is it possible to see a live demo of this drone based automation? Definitely. We have been doing this in Telangana, Vikarabad, to deliver cold chain vaccines. In this month, we are doing in North. Next month, just after Diwali, we are starting in Meghalaya to connect all the PHCs and CHCs in the remote villages in Meghalaya, entire state. And even if somebody requires, we can conduct the specialized demonstration as well. So definitely, yeah, it can be done. What are you doing specifically with the blockchain? So blockchain can be utilized in different manners. The blockchain which we are using at a Tech Eagle, in a sense, so what happens when we fly drones, right? So every flight needs to be monitored. Every flight needs to be, you can say, logged. And when a flight happens from point A to point B, the flight is automated. But before flying, I mean, so once I take off from point A and point B, that is logged. From point B to C or point B to A, if I'm coming back also, next flight is logged. So even if there is an any mishap or any let's say the tried hacking, right, happens, so the every flight is logged and nobody can temper that. That is transparent for our security agencies, Airport Authority of India, Ministry of Civil Aviation, DGCA, or all the auditing companies which later on can ask for such informations. So that protects our organization in running smooth operations of drone delivery, where a operator, where a hub or let's say the hub owner or a hub manager cannot tamper with any flight data. So that black box of the flight data is completely protected with the blockchain and in a sequence. So that's how we are using, but the people can use in making their own specific or let's say solving their own blockchain related problems. So today we can carry like a 10 kg payload. The next aircraft which is coming up can carry half a ton, 50 kg payload. And the designs and the prototyping happening for the 100 kg kind of an aircraft which can carry 100 kg payload and travel 200 kilometers. So today we can carry 7 to 8 kg and travel maximum up to 100 kilometer and at a highest speed of 105 kilometer per hour. So in the forward logistics, so it is an integrated process. So how Techigal is operating is we are creating that network. Deployment of drones are happening by us. So we are doing the forward logistics, but doing the reverse logistics also. So with the reverse logistics, if the demand is already there and the data is already available, that's where the big data, the analytics, and the data availability on the cloud comes in. That we know in which areas the items have gone, and predictability is there that let's say the 10% of the all items gets the reversed, right, or gets returned. So depending on that, we can schedule our flights, and then depending on that, we can bring the reverse logistics. So 100% reverse logistics is more favorable, but 100% of reverse logistics might not be solved with the drones, but at least 60-70% can be solved.
Participants can post your questions in the Q&A box if there are any.
Do you think that the big generators of waste, can you specify the question, Mr. Amareus? Yeah, I mean, people, yeah, definitely they can buy out the drones, the entire stack of the solution, and they can and have the collections done. So yeah, it is totally doable. And ultimately, they need to run a operationally efficient and from the economics perspective, efficient business. So yes, ultimately, if they want to own the entire drone fleet, drone management system, and the drone ports, they can do and create this entire network and provide services for themselves, I mean utilize for themselves, and can provide the services to anybody else as well. Yeah, so when, I mean, so this technical issue, this is a very very good question, Mr. Guru Prasad. uh, there are safety layers. So let's say a drone is taking off and flying, what all technical issues can come. A propulsion system can fail. So there is a redundant propulsion system which automatically triggers in without any manual intervention. So there is a one more layer safety. There is a communication which can have a technical glitch which can be hacked. Beyond the hack, it cannot be hacked, but it can be jammed. A frequency jammer can be used, and that the communication can be jammed. So there is a redundant communication, so that is also solved. If let's say that is also not the case, and then something else happens, there are different rally points or the emergency landing points where the aircraft will automatically go and land. If the wind designated beyond, I mean, so if the wind is higher than the designated maximum wind, it will automatically return to launch, or it will complete the flight or safely land. In case of everything gets, I mean, so there is a disaster, right, I mean, everything gets broke, that's where the independently powered censored parachutes which automatically gets deployed and land the aircraft safely, protecting the drone, protecting anything on the ground as well. And that's how these systems are safe of Tech Eagle. And that's where the company Tech Eagle is already approved from MOCA, DGCA, Ministry of Home Affairs. Civil aviation has certain no go or no fly areas for airlines over civil areas, defense areas, etc. These drones come under this law, or is it independent as it is a low flying object? So for the drones, there is a separate drone rules 2021, which has the areas as designated red zones where the drones cannot fly, and then there is an envelope in which drones can fly. So in a green zone, like, so 80 to 90% of the country is in green zone. So in green zones, the aircrafts can fly under 400 feet. So below 400 feet you can fly these aircrafts with the, so there are two three certifications which a company or a organization need. One is the drone needs to be certified, type certification needs to be there, so that is there. Then the remote pilot license, or the pilot who is monitoring, because the drones are automatic or autonomous, but a monitoring pilot needs to be there, so that license is there. Then comes the airspace, which is the your question. So airspace, if it is flying in yellow zone, you need coordination with the air traffic control, ATC. And if it is in a red zone, you need special permissions from the Ministry of Civil Aviation, or the designated, let's say there is a nuclear facility, or there is a defense facility, so we need to take that particular approval if we are flying in the red zone. That is a difficult, but 80 to 90% country is in the green zone, and that's where it can be flown under 400 feet. And up to 400 feet, the aircrafts can be flown easily. That's not a problem. So I think you can refer to drone rules 2021, and if you still have certain clarifications required, I mean, later on offline, you can reach out to me also. Any restrictions on what can be carried? Okay, so it is same as a dangerous goods, or I mean, so any goods which can be carried over a road, and there are no special permissions required in an aircraft, that can be carried. Dangerous goods cannot be carried in the drones, and or maybe I mean, you can carry, but with the special permissions. So mostly, I mean, you can carry your any parcel which is in general, medicines which does not require any approval from ICMR kind of a body or a specialized bodies, and any other item than the dangerous goods and the drugs can be carried.
Any other question? Or we can wind up the session and move forward. I think we are done with the questions, Mr. Vikram.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. It was a pleasure having you here today and sharing your valuable insights. I hope everyone had a good knowledge about what drones will be doing in this reverse logistics business. So, thank
Thank,
you so much, and thank you once again.
thank
We'll
you
be,
very much for having me. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
yeah, thank you. We'll be joining the next session shortly.